Rosie Saladay drove her rickety buckboard wagon into town like a woman gone mad. Tawny dust billowed in furious clouds as she reined in front of Diablo Rock's finest saloon, a crumbling adobe structure with a leaning porch shaded by a thatch of mesquite branches. The day had dawned bright and warm with the promise of nothing but heat and more heat. Now the windswept plaza echoed with the rattling thunder of her buckboard's wheels. The reaching cottonwoods trembled in the haze. Grabbing her hammer as she climbed down to the rubble-strewn ground, Rosie drew up her badly dyed black skirts to free her feet. At noon, the plaza was nearly deserted. Adobe buildings lined the wide, rutted street like drunken companions. Two dusty-looking men craned their necks to peer at her from the shade of a brushy porch awning in front of the assay office across the way. A gangling clerk wearing dark sleeve garters came out of the stone bank. He shielded his eyes and stared. Wind caught the streaked black veil covering Rosie's face, whipping it backward like a flag. Widow, it seemed to signal. The widow's back. Rosie held tight to the paper she had lettered before leaving her place earlier this morning. There was still time to forget this crazy idea, she told herself. She'd had 10 teeth-jarring miles to think. But what good did thinking do? What choice did she have? It was this or lose everything Abner had worked years for. Holding an extra nail between her lips, she hammered her message to the saloon's porch post, a pine trunk as dry as her heart. The nail sunk in like a single tooth. She smoothed the paper flat and looked at what she had written. Big black letters as crude as if they had been drawn by a child. Better drive in the second nail. No use having the paper tear off and blow away in the wind. Satisfied, she threw the hammer into the back of the buckboard, which was piled high with painstakingly woven grass baskets. She marched between the swinging batwing doors into the sultry gloom of the saloon. Her shoe heels sounded like gunshots against the warped wooden floorboards. The place was just as Abner described it. The mirror behind the bar had cracked in 3 places. The bar itself had a substantial layer of dust already. She seized a round-backed chair, dragged it close, and seated herself at the nearest table where she could watch the doorway. She felt giddy and slightly sick with anticipation. Decent women didn't enter saloons, but this was where men came. She needed a man. So this was the place to find one. Reckless, she thought. Crazy. Well, if she had lost her mind, so be it. She wouldn't sell Abner's land. The saloon was empty except for a man seated under the stairs, in the farthest corner behind her. She twisted around to glare at him.